So, want to work remotely from paradise without breaking the bank? These are the top 10 countries for digital nomads in 2025, handpicked by AI, ranked by real-world perks, and ready for your next adventure. For a while now, the idea of being a digital nomad has been floating around this kind of cool, almost mythical lifestyle. But in the last couple of years, it's gone from a niche dream to a mainstream, totally achievable reality for millions. The tech has caught up, the infrastructure is there, and now, even governments are getting on board competing for your remote work dollars. It's a pretty fascinating shift. The game has changed. It's not just about finding a beach with decent Wi-Fi anymore. We're talking about dedicated visas, tax incentives, and entire communities built around this new way of living and working. So, I wanted to do a deep dive. I've been looking at the data, the new policies for 2025, and what it actually feels like on the ground. We're going to break down the top contenders, looking at everything from the cost of living and internet speeds to visa requirements and the overall vibe. This isn't just a list, it's a roadmap. We're looking at the complete package, the hardware, which is the infrastructure and affordability, and the software, which is the culture, the community, and the overall experience. We're going to count down my top 5 picks for 2025. Countries that are not just accommodating remote work, but actively innovating to attract it. So grab a coffee, open a new tab for flight prices, and let's get into it. This is the 2025 Digital Nomad Playbook. Alright, so kicking off our list at number 5, we have Portugal. For years, Portugal has been a solid choice, a reliable daily driver for digital nomads, and it's easy to see why. It offers this incredible blend of classic European charm, stunning coastlines, and a cost of living that's noticeably more manageable than its neighbors. It's the iPhone of nomad destinations, familiar, reliable, and it just works. You get the stability and infrastructure of the EU without the wallet-crushing prices. When you start looking at the specs, Portugal's value proposition becomes even clearer. Cities like Lisbon and Porto have become major tech and startup hubs, which means the ecosystem is already there. You have a built-in network of co-working spaces, a ton of cafes with solid Wi-Fi, and a community of both locals and expats who are deeply integrated into the remote work scene. It's a place where you can be incredibly productive during the week and then completely unplug on the weekend, whether that's surfing in Ericeira or exploring the Douro Valley. The government here has been pretty forward-thinking. They recognized the potential of the remote work economy early on. The D7 visa, while not exclusively for nomads, has been a popular pathway for people with passive income. But the real game changer is the newer digital nomad visa, which is specifically designed for remote workers and freelancers. Now let's talk about the 2025 updates, because this is where it gets interesting. Portugal is doubling down. We're seeing proposals for some seriously attractive tax breaks for registered digital nomads. And it's not just about the big cities anymore. The government is actively trying to decentralize the nomad population. They're pushing initiatives in places like the island of Madeira, which has its own dedicated digital nomad village in Ponta do Sol. The cost of living is still a major selling point. While prices in Lisbon have definitely been climbing, if you venture out to Porto, Braga, or the Algarve region, your money goes significantly further. The community aspect here is also top-notch. Because it's been a hub for so long, the social infrastructure is mature. There are countless Slack channels, Facebook groups, and weekly meetups. So to sum it up, Portugal in 2025 is the complete package. It's a mature market that continues to innovate. You get the EU stability, a clear visa path, new tax incentives on the horizon, and a killer community. It's the perfect mix of freedom and structure, making it a super solid choice and our number 5 pick. Coming in at number 4, we have Mexico. If Portugal is the reliable, polished daily driver, Mexico is the custom-built, vibrant, and slightly unpredictable creative machine. It has this energy that's just unmatched. It's a country that appeals directly to the senses, the food, the music, the art, the sheer diversity of its landscapes. One of the biggest features, and honestly, a huge part of its appeal, is the simplicity of its entry requirements. For many nationalities, you can get a 6-month tourist visa on arrival. That's it. No complicated paperwork, no proof of income, no embassy appointments. This no red tape approach provides an incredible amount of flexibility. You can decide to go on a Tuesday and be working from a cafe in Mexico City by Friday. The ecosystems in its key cities are incredibly well developed. Mexico City is this sprawling, cosmopolitan beast with world-class restaurants, museums, and some of the best co-working spaces in Latin America. Then you have Oaxaca, the cultural and culinary heart of the country, with a more laid-back, artisanal vibe. And for the beach lovers, places like Puerto Escondido and Tulum offer that classic laptop-on-the-beach dream, but with a thriving community to back it up. For 2025, Mexico is starting to formalize its relationship with the Nomad community, which is a really interesting pivot. Instead of just relying on the easy tourist visa, they're adding layers of value. There are talks of a new national co-working pass. On top of that, they're building out partnerships. We're seeing more and more local businesses, cafes, gyms, even language schools, offering specific discounts and packages for remote workers. This is a grassroots movement being recognized at a national level. The cost of living remains a huge draw. Your dollar, euro, or pound goes a long, long way here. You can afford a lifestyle in Mexico that would be unthinkable in most of North America or Europe. Let's talk about the internet. This used to be Mexico's weak spot, but the infrastructure has seen massive upgrades. In the main hubs like Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey, you can easily get fast, reliable fiber optic internet. So, Mexico's 2025 offering is all about flexibility and vibrant culture, now with an added layer of formal perks. It's for the nomad who doesn't need the rigid structure of a formal visa, who wants to be immersed in a rich, dynamic culture, and who values creativity and community. The ease of entry combined with the new supportive infrastructure makes it an incredibly compelling option. And our number 4. Alright, sliding into the number 3 spot is a country that's been a bit of an insider secret but is rapidly gaining attention. Georgia. This isn't the state in the US. It's the beautiful country at the intersection of Europe and Asia. Georgia is the pick for the minimalist traveler, the person who values nature, history, and incredible simplicity. Georgia's headline feature for Nomads has been its Remotely from Georgia program. This was one of the first dedicated digital nomad visas to launch globally, and it set a high bar. It allows citizens from a long list of countries to stay and work remotely for a full year, visa-free. The process is famously straightforward, and it immediately established Georgia as a major player in the remote work game. What you find when you arrive is this stunning contrast of ancient history and modern convenience. The capital, Tbilisi, is this incredible maze of cobblestone streets, quirky Art Nouveau buildings, and futuristic architecture, all nestled in a dramatic river valley. And the Wi-Fi? It's surprisingly fast and widespread. In fact, Georgia boasts some of the fastest free public Wi-Fi systems in Europe, which is a wild spec for a country of its size and economy. Now for the 2025 upgrade, and it's a big one. Georgia is introducing a new tax policy that is almost unbelievably good. Under the proposed new framework for the remote worker visa, if you earn under a certain threshold, rumored to be around $25,000 per year, you could be entirely exempt from income tax. Beyond the city, Georgia is a nature lover's dream. You have the towering Caucasus Mountains in the north, offering epic hiking and skiing. To the west, you have the Black Sea coast, and in the east, you have Kakheti, the country's sprawling wine region. And it's one of the oldest wine regions in the entire world. The cost of living is, frankly, ridiculously low. It is one of the most affordable countries in Europe by a long shot. You can live incredibly well in Tbilisi for under $1,000 a month. The food and wine culture is a massive part of the experience. Georgian hospitality is legendary, and it often revolves around the supra, a traditional feast with endless dishes and toasts. The food is unique and delicious. Think khinkali, those soup dumplings, and khachapuri, that amazing cheese bread. And the wine. They've been making it for 8,000 years, often in traditional clay vessels called kvevri. So, Georgia in 2025 is for the adventurous minimalist. It's for someone who wants stunning nature, deep history, and an incredibly low cost of living, all backed by a super progressive visa and a new killer tax incentive. It might not have the polish of Lisbon or the scale of Mexico City, but it offers a unique, profound experience that's hard to replicate. It's a hidden gem that's not so hidden anymore. and our number 3. All right, our runner-up at number 2 is Spain. Spain has always been a top-tier destination for tourists, but now it's making a serious, calculated play to be the king of work-life balance for digital nomads. It's a country that fundamentally understands leisure and quality of life. The sunshine, the siestas, the tapas culture, it's all baked into the national identity. And now, they're packaging it for remote workers with some serious government backing. The biggest news here is the launch and refinement of Spain's digital nomad visa, which went live in 2023. This was a huge development. It offers a clear legal path for non-EU citizens to live and work in the country, with the potential for a 5-year residency. For 2025, Spain is taking it a step further by getting granular with the data. They're launching what they call the Nomad Index, which officially rates cities on their remote friendliness. This isn't just about Wi-Fi speed. It's a holistic score that includes factors like cost of living, healthcare access, co-working availability, and community engagement. Cities like Valencia, Malaga, and Barcelona are getting top marks and are now competing to offer extra perks to attract nomads. Let's talk about that work-life balance. It's not a cliché here, it's the default setting. The workday is structured differently. Lunch is a long social affair. The evenings are for strolling, socializing, and enjoying life. For anyone coming from a hustle culture background, this can be a revolutionary shift. It's a system designed to prevent burnout, and for remote workers who can control their own hours, it's an incredible environment to be in. The diversity of options within Spain is just immense. You want a big, bustling Mediterranean city with gaudy architecture and a massive tech scene? You've got Barcelona. You want sunshine, beaches, and a more relaxed, affordable coastal city? Head to Malaga or Valencia. You want the grand imperial capital with world-class art and an incredible food scene? Madrid is your spot. The infrastructure is, as you'd expect from a major EU country, excellent. High-speed rail connects all the major cities, making weekend trips a breeze. Fiber optic internet is widely available and affordable. The healthcare system is one of the best in the world. So, Spain's 2025 proposition is all about premium lifestyle and choice, backed by a solid new visa and data-driven city perks. It's for the nomad who wants first-world infrastructure and a world-class work-life balance. It's a mature, reliable, and incredibly enjoyable place to live and work. The new visa was the key, and the new city-level incentives are the icing on the cake, making Spain our very strong number 2. And that brings us to the number 1 spot for 2025. This might not be a huge surprise to veterans in the game, but the title goes to Thailand. For years, Thailand, and especially cities like Chiang Mai, has been the spiritual home of the digital nomad movement. But this isn't a legacy pick. In 2025, Thailand has re-engineered its entire offering to create what is, in my opinion, the most complete and compelling package for remote workers on the planet. Let's start with the foundation, value. Thailand has always been incredibly affordable, but the value proposition in 2025 is off the charts. A budget of $1,000 a month doesn't just get you by. It gets you a comfortable, modern apartment, amazing food every day, and money left over for travel and activities. This level of financial freedom is the bedrock of the Thai nomad experience. It removes a huge layer of stress and allows you to focus on your work and on enjoying the country. The biggest upgrade, and the reason it's number 1, is the visa situation. This has historically been Thailand's one weak point. With nomads relying on back-to-back tourist visas and border runs, that's over. The new long-term resident, or LTR, visa has a specific stream for work from Thailand professionals. It's a 10-year renewable visa. Let me say that again, 10 years. This is an unparalleled level of stability and a clear statement that Thailand is all in on remote work for the long haul. Building on that, for 2025, they're launching the Digital Nomad Nominee Program. This is next-level stuff. If you're on the new visa, you can be nominated for this program, which unlocks a whole suite of tangible benefits. We're talking significant government-brokered discounts on domestic transport like flights and trains, special rates on long-term apartment rentals, and even subsidized access to a national network of co-working spaces. This is a fully integrated, state-supported ecosystem. The community and infrastructure were already legendary, and they're only getting better. Chiang Mai is the global mecca with an insane density of coffee shops, co-working spaces, and nomad-focused events. You can land there knowing nothing and be plugged into a massive, supportive community within 24 hours. But it's not just Chiang Mai. Bangkok offers a chaotic, high-energy urban experience, while islands like Koh Phangan provide that perfect blend of beach life and productive work culture. The internet infrastructure has kept pace. Thailand has some of the fastest and most affordable mobile data in the world, and high-speed fiber is standard in all the main hubs. The food is, of course, world-class and incredibly cheap. The people are famously welcoming, and the sheer beauty and diversity of the country, from jungle-clad mountains in the north to limestone karsts and white sand beaches in the south, means you'll never run out of places to explore. This combination of factors is what makes Thailand unbeatable in 2025. It takes its historic strengths, affordability, culture, food, and community, and bolts on a state-of-the-art visa and a perks program that no other country is currently matching. They have systematically identified and solved the biggest pain points for long-term nomads. They're not just welcoming remote workers. They're rolling out a meticulously designed red carpet. So when you look at the total package, the 10-year visa, the new nominee program, the unbeatable cost of living, the established community, and the incredible quality of life, it's just a knockout. It's the ultimate digital nomad destination, refined and perfected for the new era of work. It's a smart, strategic, and incredibly appealing move. And that's why Thailand is my #1 pick for 2025. So there you have it. My top 5 digital nomad destinations for 2025: Portugal, Mexico, Georgia, Spain, and the reigning champ Thailand. What's so fascinating to me is how different the value proposition is for each one. You've got options optimized for minimalism, for creative energy, for work-life balance, and for the ultimate all-in-one package. The world is genuinely redesigning itself around this new way of working. And as the tech gets better and the policies get smarter, the opportunities are only going to grow. This is no longer a fringe lifestyle. It's a viable career path. The key takeaway here is that countries are now competing for you. Your skills, your income, and your presence are a valuable asset, and governments are creating sophisticated programs to attract you. From tax breaks in Georgia to 10-year visas in Thailand, the incentives are real and they are powerful. The choice now comes down to your personal operating system. What kind of environment do you do your best work in? What kind of culture do you want to be immersed in? The power is shifting to the individual worker, which is a pretty incredible place to be. Ultimately, the best destination is the one that fits your specific needs and goals. I hope this breakdown gives you a clearer picture of the landscape and what's possible in 2025. The future of work isn't just about being remote. It's about being intentional with where and how you live. The world is wide open. The question is, where are you going to plug in next? Let me know your thoughts and your own top picks in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one.